Here's everything you need to know about Eras Tour tickets that happened on the day of Miami Night 1. If you want a recap of what happened in the show, go check out Jonathan Miller Music. I'm just here to talk about tickets. Let's talk about what we learned about what happened Thursday night when they opened the queue around 7 p.m. only for Miami people. This is a tweet from In My Great War Era. They're a big Twitter ticket account. You might want to follow them. Lots of information. They do often post when the queue opens. And they bought tickets. And they could see what was there. So the area they looked at, they saw them adding 2 chairs where they felt like they could squeeze in a couple more seats along the floor. There were new rows. But this is basically what's happening, right? When we say production hold tickets, they lay out the seats and they go, we can get a couple more seats here. We can get a couple more seats here. We can fit this. We can fit that. That's what production hold means. They start off conservative, but then they go, okay, we can squeeze in a couple more chairs here, here, and here. And they put them in. And that's what goes into these drops. Along with, as we saw on Wednesday, them opening up entire additional sections. So the interesting thing about this for me is they did not do a big queue opening for Miami Night 2 yet. So in theory, these seats, which they added on Thursday, have not yet been sold for nights 2 or 3 because they wouldn't have been part of what happened on the Wednesday queue opening. Yesterday, the queues did open a couple times for night 1, and they were unprotected, meaning anyone can get in. I saw them open around 11:30, and I did post a video about that. Again, around about 1 o'clock, I actually saw them open again. That time, I had to 2-factor authentication to even join the queue, but I did. I was number 100. Got to the front of it. There were still no tickets. Around 5 to 5:30, I heard there was another queue opening. I saw this post. Take it for what you want, if it's reliable or not. This person claims that they worked at Ticketmaster, and around 5 p.m., the day of the show, is when they will open up the queue for limited additional tickets. And we did see that happen yesterday between 5 and 5:30. So for today and tomorrow, it seems like there is still a bunch of tickets they have not sold for night 2, night 3. These are the tickets that dropped for night 1 on Thursday. We haven't seen an equivalent drop for night 2 or 3. I do expect there's going to be some queue openings throughout the day. They could well be completely unprotected queue openings like we saw yesterday. So if you're trying to get those last minute tickets for Miami, your best bet is to follow accounts like Swifties Want Ticks and In My Great War Era that will immediately tweet as soon as the queue is open. Swifties Want Ticks has a Discord server with a bot that will alert if it detects the queues are open. You want to follow these guys because there is no other notification that the queue is opening. That might be the best way you could find out immediately and then try to get to the queue before everybody else and have a very small chance of getting these last second tickets. So for night 2 and night 3 queue openings, we didn't see much. We were kind of expecting a drop last night. We didn't get a big one. I did see reports around 9 o'clock that some people were able to get into the map for night 2. Confirming that here, this is the Swifties Want Ticks account. You should be following this account on Twitter if you're trying to stock last minute tickets. But they also confirmed the ticket popped up on the map. They said it was like a single ticket. It's gone now. Other people were able to be on the map for a while, clicking around. So they did do something to very, very briefly open up night 2 yesterday, but it wasn't a lot. One thing I also tracked during the day was what are the resale prices like for the show for people who are trying to get those day of tickets, right? So in the morning, there were still tickets available in that $700 range. It was $11.27 in the morning. A couple hours later, now you can see those resale tickets are more scarce. And now what's left is closer to $1,000. So tickets prices are either being increased or they're being purchased. But quantity was dropping. About an hour after that, we're still in the same boat. Very limited quantities. Only one ticket less than $1,000 available anywhere in the stadium. And here we are, shortly before 5. There is not a single ticket anywhere in the stadium priced under $1,000 available anymore. But then a funny thing happened. Because the show started and the ticket prices dropped in a hurry. So you can see here, these are sections 208. This is not a terrible seat compared to the others. It's lower deck. $600. I believe I took this screenshot right around the time Taylor was hitting the stage during the Lover set. And you can see at this point now, tickets have dropped a ton. So we got seats looking at the stage in the upper deck for $675. We have lower bowl seats looking at the stage for $714. So this is around 8:30. She's finishing up the Lover set. Prices have dropped even more. I saw a ticket for $247. Now again, that's like a $50 face value ticket, so it's still marked up. But $247 to sit in those backstage seats that were selling in the morning for $700. And yes, you'd miss a little bit of the show, but that's what you can do. Even below that, you can see $400 to sit in the 300 level, not behind the stage, but more parallel to the stage. This is something you should consider if you're local, especially, or if you're going to be tailgating and just be in the vicinity of the stadium, and you're okay with the idea of maybe just missing a little bit of Taylor's set. The prices dropped dramatically. We haven't seen this happen in every city. Might not even happen tonight, but it's a good bet that we are going to see that kind of drop as the resellers attempt to get something back for the tickets that they were holding. So that's my advice if you're trying to get those Miami seats for today. Good luck. I've more or less given up on getting to Miami for these shows, but I will continue holding out hope for the other dates.